And we're back here today with a very spooky episode. Today I want to talk to you about the idea of wearing masks and why we wear masks in our regular life and why maybe we shouldn't wear masks and why maybe we should try putting on a different mask sometimes. So if you want to learn about the concept about masks and how this idea can help you to live your best life, then be sure to keep watching. Hi guys, my name is Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I am a manifestation and success mindset coach, which means I am completely invested in the art of both manifestation and creating your best life. So these are the two topics that I present the most on my YouTube channel here. So if you are interested in learning more about how to create your best life, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. So happy Halloween, my friends. A trick or treat to you. Today, as I said at the top of the video, I'm going to talk to you about a topic that is sort of related to this spooky day. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about the idea of masks as this thing that we all do subconsciously. This is something we all take on from time to time, and how this thing can affect us negatively, positively, why it might be a good idea to take off the mask sometimes. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, so what do I mean when I'm talking about the concept of a mask? Well, I am talking about the concept of a mask anytime that we go out into the world and we present a different version of ourselves than our real, true, authentic self. So we do this all the time, you guys. Like, you might think that you are the most authentic, honest person in the world, but I would like to show you a photo of you, a video of you, perhaps sitting at home talking to your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and then contrast that with the you that's at work that's putting on a presentation, like something like that. So we present different sides of ourselves to people in our life at different times of the day, and that's not really a bad thing, of course. It pays off to edit the way you speak and edit what you talk about to the people in your life, because it can be a really great way of creating connection with somebody. Of course, you're going to tell your mom things different in your life than you're going to probably tell your boyfriend, right? You present a slightly different version of yourself to everybody in your world. However, the mask can start to get heavy. The mask can start to feel very fake. And the thing is, when you start to wear a mask all of the time and you never reveal your true self to anyone in your world, then you are closing yourself off from feeling a sense of connection. So that's where a mask can become a very bad thing in our life. If we never show anyone our true self, that means that we're never really being seen by anybody in our world. And when we're never being seen by anyone in our world, we can never really have an authentic connection with somebody. We're always editing who we are. We're editing our opinions. We're editing what we're presenting in the world. And if you do this all the time, it can become very exhausting. So when I talk to people that feel really overwhelmed or really, really tired and really like they have to cut themselves off from a social contact, I mean, of course, this can be like to a certain degree an introvert-extrovert thing, but very often the real reason why people get so exhausted from hanging out with other people is because they have this persona that they have to present, and presenting a fake persona all the time, presenting this fake mask of who they are all the time becomes exhausting. None of us can put up this mask all the time. None of us can be someone who we're not all the time. So I want you guys to think about this concept of a mask and think about your life and think about how you are showing up in your life. If there is somebody that you can talk to, that you can take the mask off of, or maybe you're wearing a mask that isn't that big or that heavy to carry, so maybe you're not like forcing yourself that much to do or be somebody else. But I know people that feel like they have to be the funny one or that they have to be the silly one, and they feel like if, you know, they're having a down day or they're feeling stressed or whatever, then they just don't even want to go out in public because they don't feel like they can live up to this expectation. But this crazy thing is, this expectation has only come from within them. Nobody in the outside world is saying, I don't want to hang out with you unless you're really funny today, or unless you're really silly, or unless you're entertaining to me. Nobody in the outside world is saying that. The only person that thinks that that is true is the person wearing the mask. So that is how a mask can become both exhausting to the person wearing it. It can become this burden that you think you have to present all the time. And it can become an actual barrier to having authentic relationships with people. Because if you are never brave enough to show your authentic self to somebody, then you're never going to let anyone into your bubble. No one is ever going to know the real you. And at the end of the day, we all just want to be seen and loved for who we really are, not for this fake person, this fake mask that we are putting on as a show. So that's the first concept I wanted to present about masks. Masks are just personas that we wear. They're the different sides of ourselves that we show people. And this can be, again, it can be a totally fun thing. If you're editing yourself a little bit, if you're changing yourself just a little bit to talk to grandma or to talk to your boss, and that's probably fine. But if you are having to show up in your romantic relationships and your friendships as somebody different than who you really are, then you're going to feel exhausted and overwhelmed and probably start pushing people away just because you can't handle the pressure of constantly being this person who you really aren't. So this all comes back to authenticity, and the more authentic you are as a person, the stronger you will be and the more powerful a manifester you will be and the happier an overall person you will be. So if this is resonating with you, if you are feeling like you have been wearing a mask for too long, or you've been fake with the people that are close to you for too long, it really might be time to evaluate that and to think about how you can start to be more authentically yourself around people. That way, you get to have real authentic connection with people and you won't feel exhausted by constantly trying to be someone who you're not. Okay, for the second part of this video, I want to talk about the expansive idea of a mask and how we can use thinking about ourselves in a different way as a way to kind of hack our way there. So I've been talking a lot lately in my manifesting videos about how manifestation is really about embodiment. It's about thinking about the things you want and then thinking about the kind of person you need to be in order to get those things and working on becoming that person. So it isn't about sitting around at home waiting for something to fall out of the sky magically into your lap. It is about embodying this future version of you that really isn't as far away as you think. The only problem is that your brain doesn't like to change, and your brain has a very rigid idea right now of who you are in this world. So changing over to become this new person who you really want to be, who you have potential to be, can be a lot trickier than it sounds at first. So again, a mask might be a great idea for you if you are finding yourself in this situation and you are thinking about something that you want in your life and you're thinking about the kind of person you want to be, but you feel like there's a really big gap in between where you are right now and where you want to go. So why not try to use this concept of a mask as a way to bridge the gap? So what would happen if you put on this mask right now of your future self? So I want you guys to just pause this video for a second. I want you to think about your happy dream future. Maybe you are living in a beautiful condo downtown. Maybe you are living in a beautiful mansion in the countryside. Maybe you are lounging on a beach in the Bahamas. Like whatever your happy place is in your brain, I want you to go there and I want you to think about who you are. I want you to think about the kind of person that you became in order to buy the condo or the mansion or the vacation or whatever it is. I want you to think about that person. And I want you to right now think about putting on a mask of this person. If you were you, if you were future successful you, and future successful you dropped right down out of the sky into your current reality, into where you are right now, wherever you are watching this video, what would you do differently? So you can think of something you could say differently, something you could start believing differently. You can think of something that you would start take some actions that you would start taking. Maybe you look around right now at your desk, which I'm currently looking around at, and thinking, oh my goodness, my future self would not be down with this mess. So as soon as I'm done this video, I'm gonna clean up my desk. Maybe it's something like that, but I want you guys to think about that. I want you guys to put on this mask just for a minute and see what information you can get, see what revelations you can get. And actually, I would even challenge you to take this to the next level and to try to put on your future self mask a couple of times a day, a couple of times a week. drop your future self down into the current you situations when you're at work, when you're on the bus, when you're driving to work, whatever you're doing, when you're at the gym, when you're at home watching TV, drop future self in and see what future self has to say about what you're doing right now. And you might just be surprised at the interesting revelations that come up. So this video was all about both things that I love to talk about so much, which is mindset and how that affects your current reality, and also manifestation and how you can use mindset and use the way you think and use this connection to your higher self to extrapolate how to get where you want to go. So I talked about the concept of the mask in kind of 2 different ways today, maybe 3 different ways depending on how you look at it. But I really hope that what I brought you today has really inspired you to think about who you are showing up as in your reality and how maybe you want to change that, and how maybe the masks that you are wearing right now aren't working for you potentially, and how maybe you can come back to either being your authentic self for a while or to maybe try on the mask of who you want to be instead. So these are all important things that we can all think about, and I really hope that this has expanded your consciousness in a way that helps you to show up as your best, brightest, most shiniest self in the world. And that is my trick-or-treat present for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to learn more about me, come on over to the site. I have a free Magical AF audio for you guys to download. This is like your own personalized podcast you can listen to on the go that'll really hype you up and get you put back in the seat of your own power, which is what I'm here to do for you. So come on over and grab that. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to hear more from me, hit that subscribe button. And I've got 2 things you can click on right here. I've got my most recent upload video for you guys to watch right here. And if you're really liking what you're seeing here, you can hit the subscribe button right here. Other than that, I'll be back in the next video. So until then, have an amazing week. And as always, just remember, get ready for the miracle. See you guys.